Today's topic is conventional energy sources. In this topic, we would be dealing with origin and timescale of fossil fuels, classification of energy resources, conventional energy sources in particular, advantages and disadvantages of conventional energy sources, role of energy in economic development and social transformation. History of fossil fuels. So, conventional energy sources is all about the resources that which we use for the production of fuel energy in particular in this paper. So, before going to talk about all sorts of conventional energy sources, let us understand the history behind using fossil fuels. In the primitive age, basic forms of energy were human muscle, animal muscle, and the burning of biomass such as woods or crops. పూర్వకాలంలో మనిషి యొక్క మొట్టమొదటి జీవన విధానం మొదలైనప్పుడు మనిషి యొక్క బలంతో, తన పెంపుడు జంతువుల యొక్క బలంతో, తర్వాత కట్టెలు, తను వేసిన పంటతోటి మాత్రమే మనం శక్తిని ఉత్పన్నం చేసుకునే వాళ్ళం. అయితే ఆఫ్టర్ ది ఇండస్ట్రియల్ రెవల్యూషన్, energy scenario entirely changed. Fossil energy fuels became a fundamental driver of the technology. They also contributed for socio-economic progress in the world. Fossil fuels, namely coal, oil, natural gas, have been continuously playing an important role in global energy scenario. So, what is fossil fuel? Buried combustible geological deposits of organic materials formed from decayed plants and animals, which are converted to crude oil, coal, natural gas, when exposed to heat and pressure within the earth's crust over billions of years, they transform into fossil fuels. These fossil fuels contain a large amount of carbon in them. As a result, when they are burnt in the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide is emitted in large quantities, which leads to global climatic change conditions, drastic change in global climatic conditions, global warming, greenhouse effect, etc. You can also understand fossil fuels as the substances that are burned to generate heat or power. These are the substances that are formed due to the preservation of organic material under the layers of the earth for millions of years ago. Under high pressure, approximately under the earth, if we go 10 kilometers depth, we would be able to find these fossil fuels, which are extracted from the earth using various mechanisms. These fossil fuels are in large scale commercial use. The common feature of all fossil fuels is the amount of carbon remaining in it. Especially when we talk about coal, it has 95% of carbon in it. This carbon is stored among the plants and animals, and the basic reason behind it is the process of photosynthesis, where the carbon dioxide absorbed from the atmosphere in the presence of light gets converted into glucose, is deposited in the plants and dead animals, decompose and produce CO2 into the atmosphere. If this normal decay process is interrupted, that will result in the formation of fossil fuels. The main deposits of fossil fuels are from Carboniferous period. If we divide the age of Earth, Carboniferous is one of the period which exists between 360 to 286 million years ago from now. ఇప్పటి నుంచి 360 మిలియన్ సంవత్సరాలు మనం వెనక్కి వెళ్తే ఉన్న పీరియడ్ని కార్బోనిఫెరస్ పీరియడ్గా పిలుస్తారు. ద వాటర్ అండ్ సీస్ వర్ ఫిల్డ్ విత్ ఆల్గే. ఆ టైంలో సముద్రాల్లో, తర్వాత చిన్న చిన్న నీటి గుంటలలో నీరు అంతా కూడా ఆల్గేతో కప్పబడి ఉండేది. Algae are actually very small plants. As the trees and plants died, they sank into the bottom of these oceans. They formed spongy material called peat on these layers. After many hundreds of years, this peat was covered with sand, clay, and other minerals, which turned into a sedimentary rock. As more and more rock piled onto this sedimentary rock, it started pressing down. This peat was squeezed until the water came out, and this happened for millions of years. At last, it turned into coal, oil, or petroleum and natural gas after many millions of years of pressure. Coal. Now let us talk about coal. Coal, based on the formation, is classified into 6 stages. The first stage of coal is wood. The second stage is peat. Peat, after millions of years, turns out to be lignite. Lignite, when left undisturbed, turns out to be bituminous. Bituminous, if further not disturbed for many hundreds of years, forms anthracite, which in the last stage turns out to be graphite. Now let us have a bird's view, or let us discuss in detail regarding the every stage starting from peat. And before that, let us have an idea regarding origin of oil, petroleum and natural gas. 300 million ago, in 1859, the modern oil industry is born. The demand for oil really accelerated with the invention of motor cars. Dead organic material accumulates on the bottom of oceans, riverbeds or swamps mixing with mud, resulting in formation of various types of fossil fuel energy resources, which is same as it happens in the case of coal. The statistical review of world energy shows that the large share of increase in energy consumption is by 45% by renewable energy sources, 36% by natural gas. Oil remained on top with 33% of all energy consumption. The remaining global energy consumption came from coal, which contributed for 27%, natural gas 24%, hydropower 6%, renewable energy 5%, nuclear power 4%. China, with 3/4 of the world's energy consumption growth, remains in the first stage, and India following it at second place, third Indonesia. Oil consumption also grew due to the latest technologies that have been employed in mechanical world. Natural gas consumption rose by 2% in 2019. Global coal production increased by 1.5%. Classification of energy resources. Based on the form of energy that is present, energy is divided into primary energy resource, secondary energy resource. Primary energy resources are the sources which are available raw form in nature. These resources are generally have to be processed in order to get converted into consumer form. Example: coal, crude oil, sunlight, wind, running rivers, uranium, etc. Secondary energy resources are the resources which are already in processed form, like electrical energy, chemical energy, and thermal energy. Based on the availability of energy resources are again classified into two types: renewable energy resources, non-renewable energy resources. Renewable energy resources are the energy resources which are existing over a very long period of time and hence are unlimited in nature. Non-renewable energy resources will take more time to produce and are very limited on the earth existing right now. These renewable energies can be produced again and again, whereas non-renewable resources cannot be produced in a very short period. It gets exhausted even if we use it at a very higher rate of consumption. Renewable energy resources are namely solar, wind energy, biomass energy, ocean energy, geothermal energy, which will remain until the living organisms remain on the earth. Non-renewable energy resources are coal, petroleum and natural gases, which are deposits formed under the depth layers of the earth, which has taken millions of years for their formation. Based on the usage by the human beings, energy resources are classified into conventional energy resources, non-conventional energy resources. Conventional energy resources are traditional energy resources which are used from many years. Example: coal, oil, gas, hydroenergy, which are commonly used by human beings from generations to generations. Non-conventional energy resources are the resources which are not usually used in large scale. Their usage has been increased in 15 years. Example: solar energy, wind energy, biomass energy, nuclear energy. Based on the commercial level of energy consumption, energy resources are again divided into commercial energy resources, non-commercial energy resources. Commercial energy resources are the sources which are available in the market with a definite price, and most important forms of commercial energy resources are electricity, coal, refined and petroleum products. They form the basis for various industries, agricultural, transport and most of the developments that take place in the modern world. In this industrialized stage, commercial fuels are very important not only for economical, for also for household tasks to be taken up by major population of the world. Non-commercial energy resources are traditionally gathered and doesn't have a fixed price. They are not bought. They are collected directly from nature. They are used by the individuals for in a very small scale for cooking, rural households, drying grains, lifting water, etc., where the technology is not fully developed. Firewood. Example for non-commercial resources are firewood, cattle dung, solar energy, wind energy, etc. Conventional energy resources, which is the main topic of our today's class, can be classified into 6 categories predominantly. First comes the coal, oil, natural gas, hydropower, nuclear energy. Let us begin the detailed description starting from coal. Coal is an organic sedimentary rock which is formed by the accumulation of preserved plant materials and animal debris, usually in swamp environment, in the absence of oxygen under very high pressure in the depth layers of the earth. Coal is usually classified into subgroups known as anthracite, bituminous, lignite and peat based on the content of carbon in it. Coal is the primary source of energy. It is used for various purposes in large scale. Example: thermal power plants, where it is used for converting thermal energy into electrical energy. Coal is burnt in boilers and water is converted into steam, which is in turn passed through the turbine, thus generating electricity. Coal is a coal also contains 50% of carbonaceous material. composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen in large ratio, and with small amount of other elements ranging from aluminum to zirconium. Coal is again classified into peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracite, as we have earlier discussed about this classification. Now let us get an idea regarding every classification, starting from peat. Peat is a coal which has a huge amount of moisture and has to be dried after extracting for about 1 to 2 months before it is used. The calorie value of peat is 5200 kilocalories per kg. The carbon content is less than 60%. In India, we have peat deposits in Nilgiri Hills. Lignite. It is also known as brown coal. It has a woody or clay-like appearance with high moisture of 30 to 50%, which is also have to be dried before use. It has high moisture and low heat content. It is very difficult to transport this lignite type of coal as it breaks very easily. The calorie value of this coal is 6500 to 7000 kilocalorie per kg. We have lignite deposits in Kashmir, Rajasthan and Chennai in India. Bituminous. The color of this coal is black to grey. It burns with long yellow and smoky flames with high percentage of volatile material. The calorie value of this bituminous is 7000 kilocalories per kg and has a higher carbon content from 70 to 77%. Anthracite. It is very hard, cold and a shining black luster. It is very hard. It has highest rank of coal. The carbon content of this anthracite is 90 to 98% with lowest volatile and moisture content. The calorie value of this coal is 78%. The 78% with calorie value of 88,600 to 8,700 kilocalories. The deposits of anthracite coal can be found in Kashmir and eastern Himalayas. So this is all about the classification and the origin of coal. So in this class we have discussed about the origin and time scale of fossil fuels, classification of energy resources based upon the methods, conventional energy resources in general, starting with coal and types of coals.